What's going on? Dragon Brawler Scott Sedman back again here for London Players Guild, and today I am joined by...
Me! Dio! Wait, no.
It's me, Dio!
You thought it's Peter, but no, it's me, Dio!
I'll show you my stand!
JoJo. I actually never watched JoJo.
Oh, what? It's a very bizarre adventure. I would recommend.
Yeah, I know. I started watching episode 1, and after 5 minutes I was so confused that I turned it off.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I don't really like the first series all that much, to be honest. It's not the best. It's... Oh god, I said JoJo's not the best on the internet. They're gonna come for me, Peter.
Yeah.
Speaking of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Dragon Ball Super Card Game's a thing. And here today we are here with Graded, which is basically we go over every card of a certain colour. We assign it a grade at the end of it based on what we think. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You get to hear our thoughts on all of the nice cards with a bit of critical analysis from myself and Peter. Yes.
Yep.
I'll eventually get a good introduction for what Graded is without having to go on for 5 minutes. So we'll start with BT110001. We're starting with red. Gogeta BR. Oh, we're going back to the Broly movie. So this is a red Saiyan leader from the DBS Broly saga with the auto skill. When this card attacks, add up to one card from your life to your hand. Look at the top 7 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to one extra card with an energy cost of 1 among them. Add it to your hand and then shuffle your deck. Auto once per turn. When you activate a union skill, draw a card. Awaken. When your life is 4 or less, you may switch up to 2 your energy to active mode and then flip it over. So, pretty cool effects there. You're getting essentially a draw twice a turn.
So, essentially you can grab up to 3 cards a turn, depending on how you're doing.
Yeah.
Definitely. So one thing I want to point out, which is actually a rare thing for Bandai, is they kept this in the same color.
Yeah, Red Broly, right? Red Broly BR,
Yeah,
sorry to be specific.
Red Gogeta BR. We had the Gogeta BR before, and it was also red. And I was also working with Fusion.
He did dip into blue briefly.
That was not a BR, was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Veko.
Yeah.
But that never really... There was
No,
a leader for that and 2 cards, and that's that.
Yeah.
And the blue cards required specifically red cards, because...
But
why?
yeah, they've kept thematically, they've kept Gogeta BR in red, which is really nice to see. It makes
Still works with Union.
Yeah.
You don't need to take the life to search top 7 for the extra card, which is nice.
Yeah, just common look up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, so that's pretty good. Untap to Awaken, right?
So it stays as an aggressive leader because it became pretty much a thing that untap leaders are way more aggressive leaders, and draw leaders are the defensive ones.
So then when we awaken, we become Prophet of Demise. Again, Bandai killing it with the name, and this artwork looks amazing. I can't wait to get it in foil where it's going to be full art. Ugh.
At least we hope that they kept the full art treatment.
If they don't, I'll be so disappointed and I'll be upset.
Yes, I think everyone would.
So it's got built-in double strike, which is always nice to see. And then when this card attacks, draw a card. This card gets plus 5k for the battle, which is always nice. And also, auto once per turn, when you activate a union skill, draw a card. So a really, again, aggressive leader. Built-in double strike is very nice.
Yeah.
It can be paired with the Freezer from Divine Multiverse for double strike critical. It's really good. I like it a lot.
I mean, it's essentially a 20k leader during your turn, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're going to attack, it's going to get that 5k. That union thing is also quite good because Veku from set, I want to say 6?
Set 6 is when Red Gogeta BR first.
Yeah. So Vekus from there cost nothing to play, as far as I remember. So you can just play them, draw a card, then sacrifice them to bring back the materials back to hand.
Yep.
So you can cycle cards very easily every single turn.
Yep.
You can build up your drop for some sparking plays or overrun plays. Definitely we could see... what am I thinking about? Mira, Creator Absorbed, and Scientist Fu. Not Scientist Fu. Shrouded in Mystery.
Yes, Shadow Mystery would be a really good game ender for this deck.
Yes. And also, they can very quickly fill in the drop area. So I think any of the cheaper Overwhelm cards could also see some life. Maybe the Xenogoku, which is double strike critical.
Oh, yeah.
Which is Overwhelm 6, but it should be doable.
I would think so, right? Like, you can fill that very easily, and we'll see why as we go throughout this archetype. But really strong leader, really like it, really cool.
A really nice design, and what I like about this, it's not that it makes the old leader obsolete, it just takes it a different way. Both leaders are equally viable with the same strategy. This one just takes a different way, because essentially what changes is that he can add one of the extra cards. Well, it can add negates and things like that. But all those cards can be played in both decks. Depending on the meta, you might want to actually change your leader with the same deck. Because the difference is that this one... So the old one cycles a card, also takes a life, cycles a card, draws 2. This one lets you find an extra card that we're going to see later, which works with... Doesn't matter which one you play. It doesn't matter which leader you play, you can still use that card, because it just works with the whole archetype. And I like that. That's a proper design. It's a balanced design. They don't make the old leader obsolete. They don't essentially make this a reboot leader that makes the old leader unplayable, all because the old leader was unplayable. Because the old leader still has that powerful skill that's going to shut down Baby.
Yeah, very true.
Let's not forget that that leader can just shut down Baby. If any attack goes through, but we know Baby mostly negates the attacks.
Yeah. So next up we have Broly BR moving into the red from his nice little yellow escapades. And green? Was Broly
he was
green? Yeah.
Very first Broly BR was...
Green, yeah, because the starter deck's
yellow. Yeah, isn't the yellow one BR?
Yellow's BR as well, but this the first time
I think yellow was the first one, because
I can't remember. It's been a while.
Because yellow was in the first Salford, and that was before the green starter deck came out.
So yeah, that's when we had Blue Gogeta as well. Oh my god, it has been a while. That's over a year ago now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got Broly, just Broly, just that's what it is.
Usually they don't have any fancy names on the front side.
I know, but like
He's in the Super Saiyan though.
he is.
Which is interesting.
And then we've got Activate Main. Once per turn, add one card from your life to your hand. This card gains critical. Pretty good.
Vegeta.
Yep.
From set 1. This is essentially a skill of Vegeta.
Oh yeah, no, it's Activate Main on the Vegeta as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I keep thinking.
It's once per turn. Yeah, it's once per turn. Add a life, gain crit.
Which is much better in red, I feel. Like, it's such a better effect, because I remember with that Vegeta, I was running red cards in it, mostly anyway.
I was running green cards for the hand control.
Ooh, very nice. Add up to, and then Activate Main, add up to one extra card with an energy cost of 1 from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck, and negate a skill for the game.
So, we see here the same design that the green Broly had. You find your initial piece that's necessary to start the game, and you can do that once per game.
Yeah.
For free, you just make sure that you can open that critical piece for you to play the game. And I like that, because that supports the Broly standing alone on the pinnacle, so he always needs to have that one card. Because all the Broly decks are always the same, you just climb up the ranks.
Yeah.
At least thematic Broly card is you rank up you rank up different forms of Broly.
Yeah, it's been the same way since set 1. You go from the 1-drop into the... Yeah.
It's the evolution. It's the one big body that keeps on evolving. The very first theme for the OG Broly was the evolution. Yeah. Then we had the Broly BR, which had the upgrades in green, and now we have the one in red. And again, you can find that initial piece that's necessary for you to play the game.
Yeah, you don't brick, right? You don't lose out.
Yeah. So, because this deck is so heavily dependent on drawing that one card in your opening hand, they just let you find it. It's the same. They did the same in the green one, which I like, because that lets you just mulligan for all the other pieces. Because you need to have lots of pieces in hand to actually play the game. But that starter, you always have that starter, so you can concentrate on getting the next pieces. It's better for you to play the game then.
Yep.
I really like that design.
Yep, same here. And then when you're at 4 or less life, switch up to 2 energy to activate. Then we flip it over into Broly. Waken the Demon! Okay, we're not going to continue that song. Yeah, so Broly, the awakened demon. Such a Bandai, man. Stop naming things so good, okay? Permanent. If you have a red Broly BR card in play, this card gains critical, which is fantastic.
So let's classify what's in play.
Okay, right.
It's battle area. Battle area.
Yeah, because the Unisons don't have the special trait of Broly BR.
Yeah.
So, nice try, guys. I see what you're up to.
But it has Broly in the...
We do have, we have a black one.
We have Broly BR, the black one, yeah.
Yeah. When this card attacks, draw a card. This card gets plus 5k for the battle. So, really nice effect there. Plus, like, a lot of pressure with critical.
So, it's the same as Gogeta, right? Gogeta was 20k double striker, this is 20k critical.
And then you flip it, so whereas in Gogeta you could run the Freezer, in Broly you could run Champa. Like,
yeah.
So there's nice little text there you can do with the combo.
Okay.
Yeah. Hashtag Champa for life. I'm a set 1 OG boy. It's Champa or die.
I mean, you can run this and this, 8 of them, right?
I mean, yeah, if you really want to. I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad shout. The leader is critical.
You can run Monaka and go into blue.
Oh my god. All of the strats. Choose one card in your hand, discard it. When one of your red Broly BR cards is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill or KO, choose up to one red Broly BR card with an energy cost of 4 or less in your hand and play it. So it's kind of like the green effect of the green chain we saw.
Yeah, but you don't upgrade, you play 4 or less, and then I think they will be upgrading. I'm a bit fuzzy on the details, because I was actually never really much fan of the Broly. I like their design, but I was never paying that much attention to it when I have Shadow Dragons around. But it is interesting, because essentially you lose 2 cards from hand, but you keep on advantage on the board. You can't remove your own battle cards with skills. Yeah.
There's a very good reason for that.
No. You can KO them.
Yeah, but you can't swap it out and get the effect.
KO'd, it doesn't say that it needs to be KO'd by your opponent. No, it needs to be KO'd.
Yeah.
So, for example, the green... If you could have 2 leaders, the green Broly leader would work.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It would.
If you had your own, for example, Unison that KOs your own card to get an effect, you would actually get this leader effect.
I mean, you could run the green Bardock that KOs you 1-drops. Or is it 1-drop green?
I think it's a 1-drop green. Might be wrong.
Well, if it's not...
he requires 3 green to play.
Bardock's a 2-drop.
I mean, you could go a 2-drop?
The Unison.
He's a 2-drop. He's a 2-drop. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
But then it requires 2 green. You could run the red-green multicolors, I guess, because I don't think there is anything that stops you from playing multicolors.
No.
Because nothing requires monocolors in here.
Least not on this
might be wrong.
At least not on this leader.
Yeah, we'll see with the rest of the engine.
But yeah, really cool leader. Really like it. Lots of fun to be had.
When they start fighting back against you, you still have something to fall back with that leader skill, which is nice. And that leader skill is not even once per turn, so if they keep on removing your stuff, providing you have cards in hand, but unlike the green leader, he doesn't refill the hand.
No, that's true. You don't get to draw 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still a really cool effect. I feel like the more we get red Broly BR cards, the more this effect can become really scary. I mean, it's quite good with what we've got now.
I would like to see them actually stick to the color schemes for once.
I think it's fine.
Like with the Gogeta.
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's fine considering they've gone the swap route for Broly BR rather than... Because I feel like a green swap Broly BR would be disgustingly terrifying. So we've got, next up, we've got Gotenks, Earth Shattering Might, a 2 specified red Unison card. Auto, once per turn, when you activate a Union skill, add a marker to this card. Activate main ±0, draw a card, so that's pretty good. And then -5, activate main, this card gets plus 15k power, double strike, and dual attack for the turn. Yeah, I really like this Unison card, shockingly.
So, it's big. the only way to build up markers on this card is to play it big or do Union every single turn. But the problem is, it's not as strong as it looks on paper because you can only build up markers using Union skills and only once per turn.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, cards like this, like for example Gogeta from set 10, he builds up a marker, but he also has a +1.
Yeah, this guy has a +0.
Yeah, so he doesn't build markers on his own, which is understandable because it's a strong skill.
Mm.
But it's also very easy to control because you either play this on 6, and let's be honest, a 6-drop 30k double strike dual attack is not that strong. Even a 5-drop is not that strong.
No, you're right. I think that's a fair.
Because if you go 5-drop and then do Union, you can technically go -5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, 30k double strike dual attack on turn 5, I don't think this is enough because it doesn't do anything to the board. It doesn't do anything besides that, and blue is just going to have a field trip with this, just going D-magic.
That's true.
And then something else, and the card did nothing. Green is going to go dormant potential, and then out combo. Red is going to reduce its power.
Mm.
There are too many ways around that. It's a cool looking card, definitely cool for limited pools.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think
it's thematic for Gogeta.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you pair it in tandem with Gogeta, get it out early enough. I think it's quite. I mean,
I think
it is for free with a 3-drop.
I think it's there to draw the card.
Yeah.
You never want really to use that -5 unless your opponent just neglected attacking it, because you only need to attack it once per turn, really, to keep it in check.
Exactly.
And that's only when it hits 5 markers.
Yeah, it's not a threat until it's got 5, right? So.
Yeah, if you end your turn and it's on 5 markers, then that becomes a threat. Unless you've seen all of the Union cards already.
Yeah. But so yeah, I like it. I think it works really good for a Union deck. Any Union deck really that you can splash red in. So I don't know. I feel like.
Oh yeah, there used to be a red Gotenks Union deck.
Yeah. So I wonder. I genuinely do wonder. I feel like this might have some luck in Vegeta maybe.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Oh yeah, because it's any Union skill.
Yeah.
Do we have any Union Absorb in red?
Yeah, boo.
Yeah.
So I think there's some more utility to this than first meets the eye, but I also don't think it's super broken. Like it's.
No, I think in Boo it could be.
Yeah, it's something to look at.
Because Boo struggles with getting the cards right. That draw engine in Boo could be absolutely amazing. You're the person who plays Boo.
I genuinely think it has some utility to this card. I just don't. It is one of those things. I think it's going to be a time will tell case with this guy. He might do nothing, but I think on paper he does seem stronger than he is in practice.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. And then we've got the nice SPR version. This is looking fine there. Next up, we've got Kale, Savage Berserker.
It's interesting to see Kale here, and the card is actually quite scary in Pilaf.
Yes. So it's a 1-drop specified red. When this card is played, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, find a mono red Saiyan card among them, place the remaining cards. Obviously, add that card to your hand, and then place the remaining at the bottom of your deck. Or once per turn, when one of your red battle cards activates a swap skill, add a marker to this card. -7, choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards, and it gets -15k power for the turn. Then choose up to one mono red battle card with an energy cost of 5 or less, and a swap skill in your hand, and play it.
You see, this card, in my opinion, with the stats that it has, should be an SR.
Oh, okay.
Because this is the skill. I would just play this card on 6, activate a swap I already had on board, like a free swap, like, I don't know, a freezer, free swap. And then -7 and put your opponent at 0 power until end of turn.
Yeah, it's strong. That is a strong effect.
And then you also play a mono red battle card with cost 5 or less, and that has swap skill in your hand. So it works with freezer. Obviously, it works with Broly as well.
Yes.
And I think this card is really strong. It is made for Broly, and it also searches Broly. I think the card could also be strong as a finisher in Pilaf decks, because, you can put in some swap cards for Frieza
Yeah.
in that Pilaf deck and just go to town, because she can come in on turn 1, on turn 2, and she can just stick around.
Yeah.
And if you play a good amount of Saiyan cards, not that you would in Pilaf, but you could play some of the Earthlings / Saiyans. There would be something you could grab for just additional. It's a very good utility card.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it. I definitely think people are overlooking Kale on this one.
Yeah, she's also an amazing for control decks. She's an amazing finisher, because you have. What's scary is she has only specified cost of 1.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that she plays a card from your hand, because any control deck goes to 7. Any control deck, as you know, will play lots of cheap utility cards, 1-drop 5k, 1-drop 4k, and just swarm the board. And then randomly on turn 7, you will
all
see
of those
them.
cards confront lethal.
Yeah, you will see them charge 1 red card. Or even though they were playing blue all this time, they will charge 1 red, drop Kale on 7, and then -7 Kale.
Yep.
And then suddenly, those weenies that were only a combo power, every single one hits the leader.
Yeah.
And 10 cards you had on board that were nothing, no threat, you didn't even consider them being on board, just a combo power. Each of them suddenly now hits, and hits for a lot.
Yeah, it's a really like. I think it has the potential to steal games, like, very easily.
Yeah. I think Invoker could run that, actually.
Ooh, yeah, I think that's not a terrible shout, actually. With the amount of the way Invoker plays, I think, yeah, you probably could get away with it.
Yeah, and checking the top 3 cards that you can also stack.
Yeah.
You can only grab a mono red Saiyan.
So you won't be able to grab.
You won't be able to grab the best cards for the deck.
No.
But I think there would be some things you could grab. Not that you need to grab anything, really. You would play it as a finisher.
You're playing it there for that -15k power for the turn. Oh, and then also maybe play a 5k with swap, or less,
Yeah, depending if we can actually play the Broly. I don't remember if the new Broly stuff requires a Broly leader, but we can see in a moment.
Yes. But yeah, Kale, cool. Really cool card. Really cool card. So next we have Reddit's Saiyan Youth, our super combo that is when you're at 4 or less life, and your energy, all of your energy is red. When this card is used in a combo, it gets plus 10k power for the battle, and you may choose 1 card in your hand, place it at the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw 2 cards. Every colour has one of these combos. It's really good.
Yep. Important fact, this actually works with multicolor energy.
Yeah. Yep.
And this is also Raditz BR, not Raditz, which is sad.
It is, but it's still a really good combo.
It would be searchable otherwise, so...
I just search it in your Reddit. Then again, would it be useful? Possibly.
There is a NAPPAD that searches top 10 for Raditz or Vegeta.
But you can you can still search it off Kale.
Yeah. No, it is a good card. All of those are really, really good cards. Of course, they're not on the power level of the multicolor combo cards, but yeah. No, they're not.
I don't know.
Multicolors are way too strong because they allow arrival for free.
I was gonna say, if you take out the arrival factor, then they're probably stronger.
But we have seen people playing mono blue decks and for Zamasu and for Goku hit.
Oh, that card!
Just because that's strong.
That card is insane.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a card that needs to be banned? That's for another time. Next we have Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku Technique Unchained. Activate main, pay 1 red. Choose 1 skillless Son Goku BR card with an energy cost of 1 in your battle area. Return it to the owner's hand. Play this card and it gets plus 10k power. Activate main, return this card to its owner's hand.
So, for starters, we are having exactly the same situation, the same power level we had in the old Gogeta BR deck, which is nice. They, again, keep within that 10k power, so all the cards work with themselves. Just a reminder to people who don't remember, for Union Fusion, the materials need to have the same power when you use them for Fusion. There is play around skillless here, you can play actually 20k attacker, which is really nice. It's a 2 energy 20k attacker, which is nice.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons why Vegeta was really decent in that deck, because it could reduce the other battle cards' power and just give you that additional push. And of course, returning it to hand. Problem with that mechanic is it's good for the Union Fusion.
Yep.
It's bad for the card advantage. Because you just spent an energy to put it on board, and then it goes back to your hand. There are ways around that. Yeah, but there are ways around that, obviously, because if you look at it normally, 1-drop Goku BR skillless, and then 1 energy to play this. You get 2 attacks out of that, but you spend 2 energy to put this on board. And then you put it back into your hand.
Yeah, I get that.
And you need to remember to put it back in hand, because it's unlike the old ones, it's not an auto that triggers at the end of a turn that you need to do. If you pass the turn without returning this to hand, it stays on board.
Yeah.
You can't call that you forgot about that. You passed the turn.
It's a 10k that's in rest mode.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. I like it. Son Goku, skillless. It's cool because he's got his winter outfit on. They always look great.
No. We stay and got this skillless because you seem to forgot about set 5.
Have I? Probably have. It's a while ago.
There's a Chi-Chi in set 5, a very specific Chi-Chi. 1-drop. When you combo her from the battle area, you can play a card named red 1-drop with 10k power named Son Goku from your deck and draw 1 card.
Okay. That's
it was initially for Son Goku Childhood, and it was used by many players in the red skillless deck.
Yeah.
But you can play this. His name is Son Goku. It doesn't check for the character name.
No,
it checks for the actual card name.
Yeah.
He fits in all the boxes on her.
That's really cool, actually. That's a nice little strategy there.
Yeah.
Huh. We've got Son Goku Saiyan Youth. A 1-drop blocker, and then as we've seen with all the other colours, if you have a corresponding coloured unison, when you play this card, draw a card. Nice.
Yep.
Nice card. SSB Vegeta, Technique Unchained.
So it's the same as Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as Goku, just works with Vegeta BR, so I'm going to have exactly the same issue. This artwork is going to look sick in foil.
Yeah, 100%. It looks really good. Looks real good.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta.
Vegeta doesn't have, sadly, the same support as the
skillless
Son Goku.
Not a Bulma that's a 1-drop. That's oh.
No, sadly no.
We got a Vegeta Saiyan Youth, a 2-drop, 1 specified red. If your leader card is red, when this card is played from your hand, choose up to 1 of your red unison cards, add a marker to it. Now, quite a good effect in a bubble. I don't think it's going to see much play.
This one, no, I don't think it's going to see much play because you pay. It's essentially a skillless for 1, right?
Right.
Because if we assume a marker is worth 1 energy, which it usually is, you spend 1 energy to get a marker, and then you have 1 energy 10k. It's an eyed card, but it's nothing special, as you said. This one probably won't see a play.
No, but it's a nice utility for red to have if it ever needs it.
It's going to be good in the limited format.
Yeah. If it's just Star Champions or something. SSB Gurgeeta, Technique Unchained. So it's a 6-drop, 4 specified red, 0-5 combo power. I think that's quite important to know, actually. Double strike, X Evolve Mono Red Gogeta BR with an edge cost of 5. Permanent, this card can't be KO'd.
We have seen that in the past.
When a card evolves into this card, use up to 1 of your red unison cards, add 2 markers to it, can't play battle cards for the turn, and also when this card or 1 of your opponent's cards attacks, you may choose 1 of your opponent's cards, it gets minus 20k for the battle, if you do negate the skill for the turn.
So there's lots to unpack. For starters, you missed the point where it's 35,000.
Oh yeah, I forgot its attack power.
Yep. I think it's exactly the same No, wait. The old one was 6-drop and 8-drop. So it actually doesn't work with the old Gogeta BR.
No.
So you need to work with the new one.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you can add 2 markers for free, and this is fully for free. You don't pay energy to play this card. You get 2 markers, and this card skill. And the reason why you can't play battle cards for the turn is so you can't evolve into 8-drop immediately.
Yeah, exactly that.
Because 8-drop evolved for with no energy either.
Yep. It's like, I'm
But
just
if they
2 markers and oh look.
But if they bloodlust this, if they bloodlust this, you can play battle cards.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
When this card attacks, it's minus 20k to any card for the battle, which is amazing because you can do that on unison. You can attack into unison, minus 20k, so remove 1 marker immediately, and then they still need to decide if they want to lose another 2 markers.
Yep.
Or you can just attack into leader and incidentally remove 1 marker from unison card.
Yeah.
Or you can just make it so it's ridiculously easy for this to hit the leader. 35k versus minus 5k, it's essentially a secret attack.
Yeah. It's a really strong card.
And it also works once per turn when opponent attacks.
Exactly,
which is
right.
strong.
Oh, you're attacking with something that doesn't have barrier? No. Oh, you're planning to up your marker? No.
I mean, you can up your marker, but then I'm going to minus 20k and remove all the skills.
Oh no, what a shame.
It would be a shame if someone just did that.
I know, you cruel, cruel man. So I really like this card. Really good SR, really good building up to a crescendo type card. Then it also forces your opponent into doing stuff about it. Right?
Really good boss monster. Really fair boss monster.
Yeah. It don't have barrier, it's nothing insane.
I mean, it can't be KO'd. You need to put it at the bottom of the deck, warp it.
Yeah.
Or bounce it back to hand.
It can be rested. It can
Yeah. It can be kept in rest mode permanently. You can take control of it, which is important.
Yeah. Mechikabura can steal it.
Yeah, indestructible cards can't be taken control of.
But Mechikabura can steal this, and then it's like, imagine being affected by this by your opponent. It's like, oh no, they stole. Your leader swing. It's like, yeah, my leader's 20k double strike. Your own duty. It says no.
Yeah.
Oof. And then the SPR. Oh, the SPR. Oh, I love it so much. It's a beautiful SPR. They really outdid themselves with this one.
I mean, I'm going to say something controversial.
Yeah.
I think the full out commons, uncommons, and rares look better than SPRs.
I mean, that's totally fair. That is really a fair shout.
Because there's more concentration on the characters and the whole artwork rather than on just some fancy, flashy background.
Yeah.
So that's what I found with SPRs. It's mostly that flashy background. And that just feels either too empty or too much for me. Whereas those full arts look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, we were saying it all last set. The cards look amazing. Like that rare Trunks from set 10.
Yeah.
One of my
Not
favorites.
only, I mean, I still have the stuff in here, and all those cards in foil here look amazing.
Bulma Super combo in foil. That's an amazing looking card. Yeah.
Raccoon.
That Zarbon you really like? No. Yeah, Zarbon.
Yeah.
It is a Zarbon, yeah. Even the skinless cards pop even in...
Look at this Puar.
Look at it! It's Puar!
I'm not sure if I actually got any skillless cards here.
The Gurgeeta Fusion of the Gods is another card that will look, hopefully, if they carry on the full art, because it'll look exactly like the Trunks does, and that Trunks looks amazing.
Yeah.
So this is a 5-drop, 20k, 05k combo, Deflect, Union Fusion for 3 red energy, draw 2 cards, Red Sun Goku BR, Red Vegeta BR. This card can't be KO'd, and then alter if your leader card is red. When this card is played, choose up to one of your red unison cards, add a marker to it, then choose all of your opponent's battle cards, and they get minus 15k for the turn.
So, don't at me,
okay,
but I think this engine could actually see a lot of play in Cooler.
Oh, in Mill Cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, ooh, that's not actually a bad shout.
Because those cards are really good. All the Goku stuff doesn't require leader.
No.
And it lets you keep card advantage.
Yeah.
And then you go into this, which gives you more card advantage, next the whole board, mills for a ton, and then you draw a card.
Yep.
And you also build up your
Unison. Yep.
Yeah, because those are new Unison for the cooler deck.
Yeah, and you can also and then just go into the 6-drop, which we just talked about. So
which next every turn, your turn and your opponent's turn.
Look,
next
more mills, more draws.
Exactly, and it's a battle card, right?
Exactly.
And it builds up your Unison.
Yeah, really.
Which
it's a really good chain. It's a really good chain.
I think it could, because it's not limited, it has some draw potential. I would not be surprised if both of the Gogeta chains would end up in the cooler right now, including the old one.
Okay.
Because if your opponent wants to play around this, they would just side in the old one, which procs when the opponent doesn't have battle cards on board.
Smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. And with Sin Shenron, those guys and the old ones can just take out all of the battle cards.
Yeah.
Because there is the age drop that whenever it attacks a battle card, it untaps.
And then obviously, Sin Shenron's like, oh yeah, all of your red cards can attack active battle.
Yeah, so you can clear the board beforehand, you can build him up with tons of markers, and every turn just look at your opponent's hand and get rid of something.
You're pulling parts their hand, you're punching their active stuff. There's no one's safe. Actually that is a really interesting strategy. I think that's definitely something people should look into. I will probably look into it. That sounds really fun. We'll move on to SS Broly, Unlimited Power! A 6-drop 4 specified red, Broly BR, Saiyan, Frieza's Army, DBS Broly Saga, 0-5 combo, unique critical double strike.
35,000 power.
Ooh! Ooh! Ooh!
35,000 power, crit double strike.
Ouch!
And I'm waiting for someone to work out how you can play it on turn 2.
Yep. It's a very, very scary card. And then we haven't even talked about his auto. So let's talk about his auto. Auto, if your leader card is red, when this card is played, choose up to one of your red Unison cards, add 2 markers to it, then choose up to 3 cards in your opponent's hand, warp them at the end of your opponent's turn, add the cards you warp with this skill back to their hand. It's kind of a foreseeing hit effect, except it's
you don't see the hand,
but it can hit extra cards.
Yeah, you don't see the hand. But removing 3 cards, and we know Broly has multiple of those skills. So he can remove this guy and then play another one the same turn. He can remove a total of 6 cards, plus whatever they combo out to stop the double strike
you
crit.
don't want to take this hit. Plus your leader has critical with this on board.
But when it's removed, you get to play another one.
Yep.
4-drop or less, but still.
Yeah, but it starts that chain. You go back up it.
Yeah.
I love this card.
It's an interesting gig for Broly, I must say. Reducing that hand, so making sure it's more difficult to defend against those attacks. It might be a really good aggressive deck. Again, Broly is it's mixing. It's mixing the very old green deck, which was hand control.
Yeah.
And the last green deck, which was aggro deck, into a red deck that's both.
Yeah. It's a really cool merging of ideas into maybe not make him green so then he's broken entirely, like, because holy crap, this in green would be scary, but in red it's cool, it's powerful, and it's aggressive, like, which is what red sort of leans to. So we'll move down a chain into our Super Saiyan Broly Combat Evolution, a 5-drop 3 specified red, Frieza's Army. It's important to note that 0-5k combo, critical, swap 6, pay 1 red. So this is, you'll swap into the nice big boy we just talked about, unlimited power Broly right there. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, or you have 4 or more energy, mono red Broly BR with an energy cost of 6. So you are limit, like, you can't, for somehow, if you cheat this out, you can't just immediately rush into it. Your opponent has to have 3 or more energy, or you have to have 4 or more energy, which is, it's nice. It's balanced, right? It's some form of limitation, so you can't just go.
You can't do it on turn 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless your opponent is playing
ramp.
blue Vegeta,
Yeah.
and you just let them hit you.
Oh, you're already free energy. Hello, here's my Broly.
Yeah.
all your ramp are belong to me. If your leader card is red when this card is played, add up to 1 marker to your unison and warp 1 card from your opponent's hand. Really solid effect.
But in this situation, opponent chooses 1 card.
Oh, did they choose today? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then...
But, important thing to notice here, this card is not unique.
No, you can have multiple on board.
Yeah. So if you can actually set yourself up to play multiple of those, that could be scary. Really, really scary.
I mean, 30k crit. You don't want to be hit by that. You don't. You don't want to be facing this down. You don't want to be... Especially, you don't want to be facing multiple of these down.
Yeah. It's a good thing it requires a red leader, so you can't actually play this in Chile and Limo.
Oh, right. Oh, my God.
Wish.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Don't even talk about that. That's disgusting. But no, they had some foresight. I was like, you know what? Like, if we just limit it to red, it's still strong, but it's not overly strong. We got Broly, Power of the Great Ape. Oh, this card looks so good. So it's a
Did Broly ever transformed into Great Ape?
He doesn't, but that's essentially what this form is. Is like Azaru in Saiyan form.
So it's the power of Ozaru in his...
Yeah, but
Okay.
without being a monkey.
Okay.
So it's one red, swap 5. So you swap into the one we just talked about. It has 7, so it doesn't restand if it swings in the charge phase.
I mean, it's simple. Because he's not Super Saiyan yet, so that means Paragus is still alive.
He's in control, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a 20k 4-drop. It's okay. But it also has the effect of, if your leader is red when this card is played, up your unison marker, and then your opponent chooses 1 card and warps it. So you can play this off your leader effect. It's not limited. Like, it's a good little card.
So I think that's why the reason why those cards keep on giving markers is for that Kale.
Oh,
Like,
yes. Yeah, that's a really good
If
shout.
you can imagine how quickly you can build up your Kale
You swap.
on your awaken turn when you get the 2 energy as well, additionally.
Yeah, you swap. You get a marker. You get a marker from playing cards. Yeah.
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 And you get 2 markers from the biggest one.
And then obviously if you make them a 0... and
Yeah.
you're hitting them for a 35k double strike critical. You're going to have a bad time.
Especially if you can play 2 of those in 1 turn.
So yeah, really good little swap guy there, and that's the one you kind of wanting to be playing off of your leader effects if you can. Next up we have Broly, Bonafide Saiyan. Yeah, he's legit. He's a 9k. Interesting.
But he has 7.
I was going to get to that. Peter. He has swap 4, pay 1 red into the Broly that we've just talked about. So when you play this card, obviously it's got 7, so it's a 19k. When this card is played, choose up to 1 red Paragus BR card with an energy cost of 1 in your hand and play it. Ooh.
Interesting is you need to draw into that Paragus, which I think might be downfall of this chain. Also, if we look at that, we know that there is also a 1-drop Broly, right?
Yeah.
So there's 1-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop.
Yeah.
It's a 5-chain. It's a 5-chain, or rather 5-piece chain.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pieces because you used to have 1, 4, 6, 8. That was 4 pieces, and usually you stopped at 6 either way because you couldn't draw all the pieces.
Yeah.
I think we might actually see an issue not being able to draw all the pieces to actually go up to 6.
It is a very real concern, right? And I feel like this is the bit where it gets clunked on, right? Like this is the card it gets clunky with. So we do have the Broly Saiyan Youth here, which is a swap 3 mono card. Sorry, if your leader card is red, Broly BR card, mono red, Broly BR with an energy cost of 3. If you have a red bar BR card, this card gets 11k power. I love it. I love it so much. When this card is played, you can't play copies of this card for the turn. So yeah.
So you can't really chain up. You can only do the chain once per turn. So okay, let's count the energy. 1 drop to play Broly, right? 1 to go into 3 drop. 1 to
1 to
0
go
to
into
go
4-drop.
1 to go into 4-drop, 0 to go into 3-drop, 1 to go into 5-drop, 1 to go into 6-drop. That's 4 energy and 5 cards. None of those cards are actually giving you cards in hand, so you need to hard draw it.
Yeah, that is the downfall there. I mean, you ain't doing this early, like. But
you're not doing it. Most likely, you're not even doing it turn 3.
You do have.
You're looking at turn 4, 5.
If your opponent gets rid of the Broly's at 3 or 1, you can easily drop that folder, and then that changes the entire game. I think it's a very interesting deck.
I think the 3-drop is going to be essentially dead card.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm gonna run it. I don't think I'd run Paragus either, to be honest.
Depends what the Paragus does, but Paragus I think is the Overload one, and you don't, because Overload puts them at the bottom of your deck, and it doesn't trigger when you remove your own skill.
No, they need to be KO'd.
Yeah, exactly. If it's your own skill, you need to KO, and I don't think you have anything in red.
Off the top of my head, no. But there might be something. We'll move on to Broly's best friend, a card I need 4 of instantly.
In the foil.
Oh yeah, of course. Judge stamped. Blocker. When this card is played, add up to 1 mono red Broly BR card. When energy cost of 5 or less from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck. So it's a searcher for 2. But there is a way of playing it for 3, I think. I can't remember if it's a tournament.
So essentially, possibly. Well, not that we have seen here. So essentially, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
This is Paragus for the green Broly that doesn't have the enabler built in.
Yeah. But it's bad.
It costs 2 energy to play this.
You can play it for free. There's a way to play it for free. I know that. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I think that is for the tournament pack.
Yeah.
So we are just looking at this
the set
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this set, the card is bad. Don't get me wrong. I
can't say Bar's bad. I refuse to say Bar is bad.
Okay, you can refuse to say it. I don't think it's good for the deck then.
It's not. You wouldn't pay 2 to search the top 5, right? Oh no, you just added, but still,
you
don't want to pay
2.
2 for it.
That takes away 2 of your swaps.
Yep, 2 of your swaps to find a piece. It's not worth at all.
No. And you can't find the biggest piece. Which is fair, you can't find the biggest piece. But then you need to hard mulligan into biggest piece. And all the other pieces in the way.
Yeah.
You can only find 1 piece unless you want to spend 2 energy again. Like, in the green deck, you only needed to mulligan for ideally for 8-drop and either 6 or 4-drop.
Yeah.
Because then Paragus and then you're set. You go into 8-drop instantly. Because you search the 1-drop and then you do your plays. In here, you don't have that fluidity. At least, maybe there's more cards that we haven't read yet. So let's go further. Goliamite is next.
Beast of the planet Vampire! It's a 2-drop, 1 specified red, blocker, auto. If your leader card is red and it's your turn, when this card is used in a combo, if your opponent has 3 or less energy, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 30k power or more and KO it. Sideboard card. If anything.
I think I would still keep the Migra.
Yeah, same.
Because the Migra is for any leader. That's the same thing.
But it's there, right? It's an option. If things are getting played early in the meta that are big and scary.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. I guess in the red you would play this over the Migra because this is a red energy when you need it.
Yeah. And a blocker, if it ever gets played.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just... It is what it is, right? It's a circumstantial possible sideboard card.
It's a sideboard card, yeah. But I don't think we have a meta where that would matter.
Not right now. Not right now.
Not when Cell is gone.
Not till Evolution booster pack comes out. When Swap comes back. No, Successor.
Swap.
No? It was Swap, wasn't it?
Swap.
Yeah, it was Swap, yeah. Paragus, Earth of Vengeance, so this is our Paragus.
Oh wait, we have AOD that can drop Cell on turn 2.
That too, yeah. Although that would be great, wouldn't it? Oh, I've dropped Cell X turn 2. I'm going to swing at you. Golemite says no.
Golemite only works during your turn.
Oh, yeah.
So you still need to survive that swing.
That's fine, I can. And then I'll hit them with Golemite and just be like, ha-ha!
And then they're just going to hit you with all the AODs again.
Well, yeah, but it's fine. Golemite killed a Cell X. Deal with it. It's a moral victory. Paragus, Earth of Vengeance, 1 drop, 4k, unique Overlord. And then when this card is played, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 red Broly card, or 1 red Unison with a specified cost of 1, and add it to your hand.
It can add any red Broly BR card. So I guess you would play that as that 1 drop that searches the top 5.
Yeah.
It just feels clunky.
I don't like it. Moving on to Paragus' new ambitions. It's a 2 drop specified red. 2 specified red. Overlord. Auto. Choose 1 card in your hand. Discard it when this card is placed in your drop area from your hand by a skill. Add up to 1 red Broly BR card with an energy cost of 4 or less from your drop area to your hand. It's even worse.
So you can trigger it with your leader ability. But you already need to have a Broly with cost 4 or less in the drop area for this to matter.
I don't like it at all.
And you also need to discard another card.
It's not good. It's not good.
No, technically, when this is discarded, you can just discard a 4 drop Broly BR and bring it back to hand.
But it's such a waste.
You just give your opponent the information what you have in hand.
It's such a bad. It's such bad card. Bad card is bad. Chilai, trusted friend, 2 drop, 1 specified red. It's a blocker. Pay 2. Activate main or battle. Choose 1 red Broly BR card in your battle area. Return it to its owner's hand. Play this card from your hand.
What the hell do they have with 2 drop 5k blockers in this archetype?
I don't know.
Because that's a 3rd one.
Yep, I couldn't tell you. It's only 5k. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, maybe you want to save your 7 Broly. I don't know, Peter. I don't know.
I don't understand. Why would you bounce your own Broly BR to hand?
To save
For what
purpose?
I
don't know, Peter. I'm just trying to grasp at straws. I wouldn't play this card anyway.
It doesn't even trigger your leader. If you wanted to do anything, you would if it was being hit, you wouldn't even want to save it. You would let it die so you can play another one.
That's true. We have a Limo, trusted friend. Activate main battle. Choose 1 red Broly BR card in your battle area. Return it to its hand and play this card. This one can attack. It's 15k, but it's still bad.
Yeah, it's the same reason as the other one.
Yeah. Next up, we have one of my favourite cards of all time ever, and you can't change my mind.
One of the better red cards I have seen.
Bardock,
like
strategic mind.
This card is busted.
It's so good. It's so good. So it's a red free drop that requires 3 specified red, has a 0-5k combo power, deflect. If your leader card is mono red when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your red Unison cards and add 3 markers to it. It's pay 3, add 3. Here's a 20k body.
Exactly. We already established each marker is worth 1 energy, so he pay 3 energy, get 3 markers. Oh, so you got a 0 cost 20k body. And it has deflect. You can never stop this skill, unlike the other one we have seen, which was 2 drop 10k.
Yeah.
And add 1 marker, didn't have deflect.
That's so good. I love it. I love it so much.
This card is bonkers. And one thing I keep on pointing out in cards like this, it doesn't say mono red Unison card.
No, just red.
Yeah.
You do have to have a mono red leader, which is okay, but...
I just said it. It says red Unison card.
Yep.
I'm just going to leave it at that, because we are going to see multicolor Unison cards. If not this series, then next series, although I still expect them in set 12.
I definitely think it's going to happen, right? It is just going to happen.
It is going to happen.
It's inevitable.
I think this card is just going... They're going to show 1 good multicolor red Unison. Beat red-blue for Invoker. And this card is going to just skyrocket in price.
Yeah, it's crazy good, and it has so much potential going forward. Don't have Bardock's crew, bastards. I wanted to do some funky work.
Imagine that you have an unison card with invoker keyword that has a minus skill that untaps multicolor energy.
Oh no.
You play this minus skill, untap 2 energy, even untap 1 energy.
Yeah, it's like cool. I just plussed.
Yeah, and this card doesn't have a unique.
Nope.
If you have enough energy, you can keep on playing.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good card. Nappa, Elite Warrior. It's a super combo.
Just for life or less. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's Nappa. It's super combo. It's cool. It's Nappa BR though.
Yeah.
Red 7-star ball Parasitic Darkness 0 cost extra card. It's a 5k combo power activate battle. Words. I am saying battle too many times. This gains Dark Dragon Ball in all areas, and an activate main choose 1 black Broly card with an energy cost of 1 in your battle area. Place it in its owner's drop area. Play up to 1 Dark Broly from your deck or drop area. Then shuffle your deck if you looked through it. It's good, but not for this archetype.
Yeah, it doesn't work for any card in red. And I finally worked out why it's red.
Oh?
It's so you can't play that ISR. Because that ISR in Dark Broly deck would be ridiculous, and the moment you have this ball anywhere,
it's
in a public area, you can't use the ISR.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah. Because that card keeps on bringing 3 cards back, and so does your leader. It would give you a free 6-drop every turn.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I'm able to play 2 6-drop, Overwhelm for 6 in 1 turn.
So it'd be
yeah. If I could add up on top of that, then that just wouldn't be.
Bandai can do balance sometimes.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Then we have Planet Vampa, a field extra card that you activate for 1 energy. Activate main once per turn. If your leader card is a red Broly BR, you can add 1 card from your life to hand. Look up to the top 7 cards of your deck. Play up to 1 Broly BR, Paragus BR, Bar BR, or Golomite BR. There we go. I knew there was a way to cheap it out with 5k power or less among them. Then shuffle your deck. If you did, choose 1 card in your hand and discard it.
It was good until the very end.
Yeah, if you didn't have to ditch a card for...
Because it only plays the lowest one. I don't know why it says Golomite there, but sure. Let it be Golomite.
Golomite matters, okay?
Not this one. Probably the old green one would matter.
Oh, possibly.
Bar, I can understand now. It lets you search. Okay, I would play Bar because Planet Vampire is what you search.
Yeah.
Paragus, maybe the 1-drop. Maybe. But the thing is, turn 1, you search this, you spend 1 energy on that, you take a life, you look at the top 7, and then you see only 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop.
Feels bad.
Or you see Chilai or Limo, which you can't play. You essentially see 7 cards you can't play, and then you feel bad.
Yeah. I mean,
you just took
the deck, but you know.
Yeah, but you just took a damage for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's red Golomite BR, so you can't even play the green one. Never mind.
I really like it as a search thing, but whether it's going to be useful or not, it remains to be seen.
I don't think the deck is going to be as consistent as people think it is.
Oh, it's not. It's not. It just isn't. There's too many pieces in the chain where you can brick. And
the thing is that leader doesn't activate this. If leader activated this, that would be good, and I would even look over the fact that you discard the card from hand.
Right.
But you only add it to hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you need to spend that energy. Otherwise, you could activate it, do the skill, take a life, check the top 7. Even if you don't play anything, that's fine. You got that card. You still have that energy. You can still play the Paragus to search the top 7 or top 5 or whatever it was. In here, if you don't see anything, you're screwed.
Yep.
Even if you see something, it needs to be specifically Paragus or Bar.
Yep.
Because you need something to add to your hand to then discard. Because otherwise you don't build card advantage.
No, that's true. Barbie are just the best card going, I'm telling you. So next we have Barefoot the Super Warrior. Another 1-drop extra card, this time for the Gogeta archetype. Activate main. If your leader card is a red Gogeta BR, Choose one. Play or add to your hand one skillless Goku BR card with an energy cost of 1 and one skillless Vegeta BR with energy cost of 1 from you, and then shuffle your deck, and or do it from your drop area.
Yeah, so there has been already questions. You can't add one from the deck and one from the drop area. Both need to come from the same place. Yeah. That is correct. And also, it still works with the old leader.
Yep, because it's Gogeta BR, and it's
red. Yeah, this is the extra card you want to search in the new Gogeta BR.
Yeah.
It's just good card. It plays those cards.
Yeah.
You can play those cards.
Play or add them to hand, right?
Yeah, that's also brilliant, because you can play or add. So you play this, and the opponent is like, okay, so I'm going to, I don't know, preemptive strike off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. Okay, then I'm just going to add them to my hand.
Yep.
I don't need to play them.
Nope. It's really cool. It opens a lot of more interaction in the game.
Yeah, and you can play more than one a turn, which is also nice.
Yeah, really good card. Real good card. Yeah. And then Violet Rays. It's a counterattack. If your leader card is red, negate the attack. You may choose one card in your hand, discard it. If you do, choose one. Your opponent can't attack with battle cards with 20k power or more for the turn. Your opponent can't attack with unison cards with 20k power or more for the turn.
I
am so mixed on this card that I don't know what to think about it.
The thing is, majority of the useful battle cards are 15k.
Right.
Yeah. Its finishes are 20k. Okay. But I don't know. The fact is that you can... I don't understand why you can block unisons with 20k or more, because there is a handful of unisons who get to that level before attacking. I mean, even Janemba gets the power in Activate Battle. I
don't know.
Or maybe it's built in 20k. No, I think it's 15.
I'm not sure.
Weird.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it.
No, neither am I. Great in rotation though.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if we're talking rotation wise, this is an actual first negate we have. For red.
Yep.
That says negate the attack, stop the attack, attack is no more. So you would run it in rotation, in Store Championship format, in other words. You would run it just for that reason, that it stops the attack for 1 energy. There might be niche situations where you want to do it. But unless red Broly BR is going to get more support on the cards that are discarded, that doesn't require you to discard further, I don't think this card is ever going to see play.
No, neither do I.
Unless it's going to be Store Championships. But even then, I think this would be better in Gogeta than Broly, because Gogeta can set for extra cards every time it attacks on unawakened side.
Right.
So 4 of the Gogeta cards, and yeah.
So next up we have SS4 Broly. They're great.
Which we don't look at.
We're not looking at it. Fair enough. Well,
no, because secrets are a totally separate thing, right? This is what we were supposed to do that we haven't done.
Okay.
But it came out, so we're just basing over without the secrets, right?
We're not talking about it. We're just teasing you then. So yeah, based on that overall, Peter, what are your final thoughts and your grade for red in Vermilion Bloodline?
So I'm torn. And I think I'm going to go towards B-, or C+. Reasoning being, Gogeta has done well, but it's very few cards for Gogeta. Or at least it feels way fewer cards. Maybe because it was such a drag to try to excuse the Broly cards' actual existence.
Yeah.
I think that was mostly that. So I think I'm going to go with the B. In the end, it's going to be B. Gogeta is solid. Broly is all over the place. It doesn't have enough consistency. It might be fun to play, but it doesn't feel like it has enough consistency to find the pieces for the swap. It doesn't draw enough cards. It's an aggro deck. It untaps 2 energy. I think I would prefer the leader to be untap 1, draw 1.
Yeah, that would be much more beneficial.
Yeah, because the green one was untap 1, draw 1. Even though it easily could be untap 2 or draw 2. Draw 2 would make it harder to use the awakened when attacking skill.
Yeah.
But they did it untap 1, draw 1, and I think this Broly BR could actually be better if it was untap 1, draw 1.
Yeah.
And the utility cards, Bardock is ridiculous, but the rest of the cards are good utility cards, but there's nothing special, right?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
So there's nothing outstanding, that's why not an A. But B is like a good solid.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I was debating a B+, but I do agree, like, the way Broly seems to be, it seems like it's that one card too much, and that it's always going to be, you're always going to be searching your next piece, right? You're never going to be in that position, or it's going to be very rare that you can just go and do this chain and decimate like you intended to, right?
I mean, it's 4 energy. On your awaken turn, maybe you can do it once. But if you wait until your awaken turn until you can do that, then there is something wrong, because you don't put enough pressure, so that thing is not going to do anything. And if they're going to remove your Broly, yeah, you can replay that 4-drop, but you lost all the
progression
or energy. If they remove your 5-drop, you lost all that energy you got into getting into 5-drop.
Yeah, that's really true, yeah.
Which is, albeit free energy, but
it's too much for what you're needing to do.
Yeah.
So it's a B from me and it's a B from Peter. That's our summary, our graded, our ranks for the red Vermilion Bloodline cards. Leave your grades for it in the comments below. What's your favourite cards from it? Let us know. Obviously mine's Bardock Strategic Mind. It goes without saying.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
I think that card is the best red card that they have made in this set, including the secret.
Ooh!
Mostly because of the future potential.
Yeah, right. It's future-proofed, and it's a very scary future-proofed card. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's not future-proofed.
Sorry,
it's future-open.
Yes, there we go. That's a better way of putting it. So I've been Scott Sedman. Peter's been Peter. We've been London Players Guild. Subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.
See you next time.